25th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under command of Jimmy Yohana. If it's not under command of Jimmy Yohana, it's not the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is the Sabbath service. And we,
We're going to start at 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 29 through 35. I'm going to read it in Hebrew and then in English.
If you're not familiar with it, if you have the Blue Letter Bible app on your phone, or you can go online, you can follow along with us in the Hebrew. When we start in 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 29. Or Yeshua, Tazalawak. Abdullah, Al-One, Al-Hayy, Yerusha Shalom, Yeshua, Shem, verse 30. Dawda, Allah, Allah, Hazayakim, Allah, Waka, Ra'ash, Rawa, Hakuya, Hawa'a, Alaka, Yakak, Wakal, A'ain, Ashar, Afwa, Kapwa, Ayash, Ra'ashwa, Wa'alwa, Wa'alwa, Allah, Waka, verse 34. Dawda, Abiyah, La'amar, Akid the Paul, the Bashari, Ayin, Abishalom, that's Absalom, Oyamar, Dawda, Sakol, Na'a, Aitazah, Akid the Paul, Yahweh, verse 32. Yahaya, Dawda, Ayin, Hara'ash, Ashar, Yeshafakwa, Shem, La'alahayim, Ohana, Ra'afwa, Kawashia, Ha'arakia, Torawai, Atanafwa, Wa'adama, Al, Ra'ashwa, verse 33. Wa'yamar, Dawda, and Ra, Aqua, Aya, Alia, Mamasha'a, verse 34. Ayad, Ashwa, Amara, Abishalom, Ibaka, Anya, Amala, Ahaya, Ibad, Abika, Anya, Ma'az, Wa'ita, Anya, Ibala, Wa'atha, Ya, Aitazah, Akir the Paul, Abiyathar, or Abiyathar, Akahanyam, Yahya, Paul, Hadabar, Ashar, Shemai, Mabayah, Amalak, Bagiyad, Atizad, Wak, Wala Abiyathar, Wala Abiyathar, Akahanyam. That's it.
And now we read 2 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 29 to 35 in the English. Verse 29. Zadok, therefore, and Abiathar carried the ark of the Most High again to Jerusalem, and they tarried there. Verse 30. And David went up by the ascent of Mount Olivet, and wept as he went up, and had his head covered, and he went barefoot, and all the people that was with him covered every man his head, and they went up weeping as they went up. Verse 31. And the one told David, saying, what's that name? And one told David, saying, Ahithophel is among the conspirators with Absalom. And David said, O power, I pray thee, turn the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness. Verse 32. And it came to pass that when David was come to the top of the mount where he worshipped the Most High, behold, Hushai the Archite came to meet him with his coat rent and the earth upon his head. Verse 33. Unto whom David said, If thou passeth on with me, then thou shalt be a burden unto me. Verse 34. But if thou return to the city and say unto Absalom, I will be thine servant, O king, as I have been thine father's servant. Hitherto, so will I now also be thine servant. Then mayest thou for me defeat the counsel of Ahithophel. Verse 35. And hast thou not therewith thee Zadok and Abiathar, the priest? Therefore it shall be that what thing soever thou shalt hear out of the king's house, thou shalt tell it to Zadok and Abiathar the priest.
Hey, so just to catch everybody up where we at, this is the day was pretty much he was gonna have to sleep. After the battle of you remember when David took Bathsheba, and he pretty much slept with her, and that was Uriah's wife. And like one of the things was the Lord told me he ain't gonna have peace in his house at this point. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of things are starting to happen, and like right now his son Absalom pretty much coming against him. So this is what he's telling the Lord, like whoever's counseling him, make sure his counsel turns into foolishness. So that's kind of what we at right now.
Okay. Can I ask a question? When the scripture said that he had the earth upon his head, what it mean? We was in verse 32. Mm-hmm. And when the Archite came to meet him with his coat rent and the earth upon his head, earth upon your head like a heavy head, like a lot of weight. Now we be reading 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 36 through 37, and then chapter 16, verse 1 through 5 in the Hebrew?
Second Samuel chapter 15, verse 36. Now, Shem, Aimon, Thunder, Bunyan, Michael, 37. Washington, for I am down my yard, for Washington, for Shalom, for Shalom. Second Samuel chapter 16, verse 1. Without a doubt, I bar, I Ash, Hana, Tessy of Na'ar, Mopaya, Bashah, Ra'ako, Tazamad, Mario, Bashir, Wa'alahayim, Ma'akim, Wa'kum, Wa'ma'ah, Tazamah, Wa'yum, Wa'ma'ah, Wa'yatazah, and the ball, Wa'yum, verse 2, Wa'yamar, Amalak, all, Tazamah, Maha, Allah, Lakah, Wa'yamar, Tazamah, I come a warrior of the Yah, Amalak, the Rakah, the Hello, the La'ol, the Hapu Yatzazah, the Akawol, and the Aryan, the Hayyan, the Shafwa, Hayai, Woman Devar, verse 3, Wayamar, Amalak, Wa'ayah, one, Danyaka, Wayamar, Taziyah, all, Amalak, Hana, Yashar, the Yah was Shalom, the Yah, Amar, and a woman, Yeshua, Yeshua, the Yah, Yeshua, Allah, Mamalakwa, Avia, verse 4, Wayamar, Amalak, it says about Hana, Akah, Kal, Mafia, Mopia, Rashad, Wayamar, says he go for Ashatak, we got Amatazah, Honey, but a younger, a younger, I'm a lot. Strive, I'm a lot, I, I'm a warrior, Anah, Shum, Ayash, it says Omashapaka, Yah, Shawol, Shumba, Shemaiah, Bun, Ra'ah, it says it says Ra'ah, Mama Polo.
Now we're going to read 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 36 to 37, and then chapter 16, verse 1 through 5 in the English. Verse 36. Behold, they have there with them their two sons, and Hemazar, Zadok's son, Jonathan, Abithar's son. And by them ye shall send unto me everything that ye can hear. Verse 37. So Hushai, correct? Hushai's King David's friend came to the city, and Absalom came into Jerusalem. Verse 16. Chapter 16, verse 1. And when David was a little past the top of the hill, behold, Zabah, the servant of Mephibosheth, met him with a couple of asses saddled, and upon them 200 loaves of bread, and an hundred bunches of raisins, and 100 of summer fruits, and a bottle of wine. Verse 2. And David said unto Zabah, what meanest thou by this? And Zabah said, the asses be for the king's household to ride on, and the bread and summer fruit for the young men to eat, and the wine, that such as be faint in the wilderness may drink. Verse 3. And the king said, and where is thy master's son? And Zabbai said unto the king, behold, he abideth at Jerusalem. For he said, today shall the house of Israel restore me the kingdom of my father. Verse 4. Then said the king of Zabah, Salaki. Verse 4. Then said the king to Sabah, behold, thine are all that pertaineth unto Mephibosheth. And Zabah said, humbly, beseech thee, that I may find grace in thine sight, my lord, O king. Verse 5. And when King David came to Bahurim, behold, thence came out a man of the family of the house of Saul, whose name was Shemaiah, the son of Gerah. He came forth and cursed still as he came. I'm going to be reading 2 Samuel chapter 16, verse 3 through 19 in the Hebrew. Slightly. We're going to be reading 2 Samuel chapter 16, verse 6 through 12 in the Hebrew.
2 Samuel chapter 16, verse 6. Isupk, Ba'abanyam, Lavada, Ko, Ibaya, Amalak, Lavada, Ko, A'aim, Ko, Agabario, Yum, Mama Shema, verse 7. Baka, Ashar, Shemaiah, Bapalowa, Taza'ah, Ayash, Adamyam, Ayash, Abo, Abaliyah, Abo, Ya'al, Yah, Aliyah, Yahweh, call, Yumya, Yah, Shawar, Ashar, Malakah, the Kapwa, Yathan, Yahweh, Amalakah, the Yah, Abashar, 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 Abashalom, 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 Manak, Manak, Aitha, Yah, Ayash, Damya, Akar, verse 9. Yamar, Abiyashia, Bun, Hezekiah, Al, Amalak, Lamar, Yafalo, Hakalal, Hamad, Hazal, Ademir, Amalak, Ibarah, Na'al, Wa'askira, Ra'ashwa, verse 10. Yamar, Amalak, Mahab, Liyah, Walakam, Bunya, Tezariah, Liyah, Yafalo, Okiyah, Yahweh, Ashar, Yawah, Hello, Davidah, Wumya, Yamar, Madawai, I said Yatha, Kun, verse 11. Yamar, Davidah, all, Abiyashia, were all called, Ibadiwa, Anah, Wanya, Ashar, Yataza'ah, Mamaya, Mamaya, Mamakwash, Napashia, Wa'ak, Kiyah, Aitha, Bun, Ayam Yan, Anakwa, Lawa, Oyakala, Yah, Amar, Lawa, Yahweh. Verse 12.
Stop at verse 12.
Awolia, Yahweh, by 1 year. Yah, Yahweh, the Yah, the Wabah, the Ka, for the Lafwa, Hayawam, Mazah. That's it.
Now we're going to be reading it in the English. And he cast stones at David. We had 2 Samuel chapter 16, verse 6. And he cast stones at David and at all the servants of King David, and all the people and all the mighty men were on his right hand and on his left. Verse 7. And thus saith Shemaiah when he cursed, come out, thou bloody man, and thou man of Belial. Verse 8. The Most High have returned upon thee all the blood of the house of Saul, and those stead thou hast reigned, and the Most High hath delivered the kingdom into the hand of Absalom, thy son, and behold, thou art taken to thy mischief, because thou art a bloody man. Verse 9. And when Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, unto the king, why should this dead dog curse my lord the king? Let me go over, I pray thee, and take off his head.
Like if I could, this is that. I did see kind of like he's leaving the city right now. And this guy, he's pretty much cursing David on the side of the road. You feel me? Like running his mouth, saying all kind of crazy stuff to him. You feel me? And one of David's men was like, man, who was he talking to? Like, he's gonna take his head off for you real quick, you feel me? And David is gonna stop it for nothing. You feel me? Like, as he reads and stuff like that, like, that same man that's cursing him, you know, David will, you know, deal with him as we go forward. But this is where we are right now.
Come. Verse 10. And the king said, what have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah? So let them curse, because the Most High have said unto them, curse David. Who shall then say, wherefore hast thou done so? Verse 11. And David said to Abishai and to all his servants, behold, my son, which came forth of my bowels, seeketh my life. How much more now may this Benjamite do it? Let him alone and let him curse, for the Most High had bitten him. Verse 12. It may be that the Most High will look on my affliction, Slaki, and that the Most High will requite me good for his cursing this day. And now we're going to be reading 2 Samuel chapter 16, verse 13 through 19 in the Hebrew.
2 Samuel chapter 16, verse 13. There's a lot. That was God. What a Nashki was. What a rock. What Shemaiah. A lot. Because it's all, because it's alive, a hard, La'imaka, or Wakah, or your Balal, or your Support, or Abundant, La'imaka, Wa'apar, 14. Ba'ah, Amalak, Wakol, Ha'ain, Ashar, Aqua, Ayakim, Wayanapash, Shum, verse 15. Shalom, Wakol, Ha'ain, Ayash, Yasha'ala, Ba'awah, Yara Shalom, Wa'afiyah, Paul, Aqua, verse 16.
Only put Sabbath service.
Wa'yahaya, Shah, Ba'ah,
Just
Awashia,
one more.
Rakya, Ra'ai, Davidah,
Okay,
Paul,
yeah, he's fine. I can change it.
Abishalom, Wa'yamar, Awashia, Al, Abishalom,
Don't split it. Look.
Abiyah, Amalak, Abiyah, Amalak, verse 17. Abishalom, Al, Awashia, Ha, Kasaka, Kasada, Ah, Ra'aika, Ramah, Ra'ah, Halakah, Ah, Ra'ai, Ra'aika, verse 18. Wayamar, Washia, Ah, Abishalom, Ah, Yah, Shar, Bakar, Yahweh, Ha'ain, Hanzah, Wakal, Ayash, Yasha'ala, La'ah, Akiyah, Wa'akwa, Ashab, verse 19. Wakashemya, Amiyah, Anya, Aibad, Alama'a, the Punya, Bunwa, Ashar, Ibadakia, the Punya, Abayak, Abika, Khan, Ahaya, the Punyaka, verse 20. Waimar, Abishalom, Akiyatapal, Akiyatapal, Abawa, Makam, Aitazar, Ha, Naisha. That's it.
Now we're going to be reading in the English. 2 Samuel chapter 16, starting at verse 13. And as King David and his men went by the way, Shemaiah went along on the hillside over against him and cursed him as he went, and threw Salah, and cursed him as he went, and threw stones at him and cast dust. Verse 14. And the king and all the people that were with him came weary and refreshed themselves there. Verse 15. And it's Absalom, right? Verse 15. And Absalom and all the people, the men of Israel, came to Jerusalem, and Ahithophel with him. And it came to pass, when Hushai the Archite, David's friend, was come unto Absalom, that Hushai said unto Absalom, the Most High save the king. Most High save the king. Verse 17. And Absalom said to Hushai, is this thine kingdom, Salaki? Is this thine kindness to thine friend? Why winnest thou not with thy friend? Verse 18. And Hushai said unto Absalom, nay, but whom the Most High and his people and all the men of Israel choose, his will I be, and with him I will abide. Verse 19. And again, whom should I serve? Should I not serve in the presence of his son? As I have served in the Father's presence, so will I be in thine presence. And we're going to be reading 2 Samuel chapter 16, verse 20 to 23, and then 2 Samuel chapter 17, verse 1 through 3 in the Hebrew.
2 Samuel chapter 16, verse 20. Or Yamar, Abishalom, Akil, the Paul, Abawa, Lakam, Aitazar, Naisha, verse 21. Or Yamar, Akil, the Paul, Abishalom, all, Lagashia, Abika, Shah, Hanayak, the Shem of War, Abiyah, Shema, Kal, the Sha'ala, Yah, the Shah, Abika, Zakwa, Yadir, Kal, Shah, Aka, which was the two. Yakwa, Abishalom, Paul, Agag, Yabah, Abishalom, Lagashia, Abi, Yanya called Yasha'ala, verse 23. Isaiah, Aki Paul, Ashar, Isaiah, the Yamyam, Ahum, the Ashar, Yasha'al, for the bar, Alahayim, Kun, called Isaiah, Aki Paul, Gum, the Zabadah, Gum, the Shalom. This is 2 Samuel chapter 17, verse 1. Yamar, Aki Paul, all, Shalom, Abakara, Na'ah, Shanyam, Aishar, Allah, Ayash, Bakumar, Baradak, Barakar, Akaria, Barakar, Aliyallah, verse 2, Ayabawah, Aliyah, Wahaba'ah, Yagad, Muragah, Yajah, Wahakaradakia, Aqua, Wanas, called, A'ain, Ashar, Aqua, Wahakayakia, Amalah, Wabagwa, verse 3.
Now you read verse 3.
Washibah, called, A'ain, Aliyah, Ishawah, called, Ayah, Ashar, Wash, called, A'ain, Yehayah, Shalom, and that's it.
I'm going to be reading 2 Samuel chapter 16, verse 20 to 23, and 2 Samuel chapter 17, verse 1 through 3 in the English. Then Absalom to Ahithophel, give counsel among you what we shall do. Verse 21. And Ahithophel said unto Absalom, go in unto thine father's concubines, which he have left to keep the house, and all Israel shall hear that thou art abhorred by thine father. Then shall the hands of all that are with thee be strong. Verse 22. So they spread Absalom a tent upon the top of the house, and Absalom went in unto his father's concubines in the sight of all Israel. 23. And the counsel of Ahithophel, which he counseled in those days, was as if a man had inquired at the oracle of the Most High. So was all the counsel of Ahithophel, both with David and with Absalom. Chapter 17, verse 1. Moreover, Ahithophel said unto Absalom, let me now choose out 12,000 men, and I will arise and pursue